This one's going to be pretty quick, and probably the main reason I'm getting back on the YouTube thing right now is I never took it too seriously. A lot of it was just for my own fun, and I guess somehow people, I made most of it public, and I made it for myself, like I said, and some people have found it. Anyway, I went back today and I realized there are like 43 people subscribed to this channel, so I'm sure that for many mixed reasons, and maybe none of them will ever come back. I don't even know how the whole thing works. But for right this moment, because I know there are a lot of people that care about this sort of thing, and I'll put this out here. This is a real quickie, and back to what I was going to say is the main reason I'm doing this is if people are interested in seeing some of the stuff I tinker around with, I'll try to make it a little bit more serious, or when I put it on there, maybe something that actually is worth looking at other than a distraction, because that's why I've been doing it. But this thing right here, I don't know if the lighting's any good, but this is a 64 Volkswagen Karmann Ghia convertible. It's pretty dark, I realize, but I cut the outer skin off the rocker panel. The heater channel goes in there too, and I nicknamed it the Karmann Ghia because when I cut it apart and like all the inner layers were just crumbling and it was full of mush, I felt really sick because I paid a lot of money for this car. But I'm getting through it, and like this back corner piece right here, hand formed. I used little cardboard templates, and then some of it was new steel stock, but a lot of what I hand formed in there to replace the gaping holes that were there is sheets of metal strips from an old Ford Falcon, and I've got my own way. So after, like I said, I'm just putting this on here just to let some of you know that may come back and look at this, that if you have any requests, like some little logistical industrial thing, I'm not saying I'll do it, but if it's simple enough, I'll certainly come back and yap about it. I can talk a lot, but I actually build a lot of things, and so if you have any kind of request or logistic thing, maybe I'll make a little project out of it. I fabricate a lot of stuff, but I've got the outer skin. And by the way, so right here, see this wood deal, the rounded shape? I used a contour gauge off the other side of the car and got the shape, and then I already have an outer skin that's longer than this whole span that I'll trim down to fit. I'm doing some custom work on this car, and I will make some subsequent following episodes of the Karmann Ghia resurrection here, because I've got a lot into this car on so many levels, and I am going to see this through. But anyway, back to I was going to say, if you want to get a hold of me to even just have a chat about something, I ran a Craigslist ad. I mean, I can fabricate things and help people figure out some simpler inventions. I've got a few that if I get the nerve up to fight off the demons of procrastination, I'll see about cashing in on them. If you're interested in psychic phenomena, I've done some experimental stuff there that I've been at it for 20 years. I know a lot of people are freaked out by that, so if you're one of them, pretend I didn't say it. But any of these topics and maybe something else, you're welcome to get a hold of me at Inventor, INVENTOR 2012 at yahoo.com, and just run something by me. If you have any requests for, like I said, a little short video of maybe a logistic thing, my idea of how to fabricate something, I'm just saying if it's simple enough, I'll just do it for the heck of it. But back to this jig right here, I made this and I hand rolled out a piece of heavy gauge steel. Boy, I'll tell you, I was sore from doing that. And so that's the jig I used right there, and I'll use it for the other side too, but I've already made the whole outer skin for this thing. More on that later. Just wanted to check in and say hi, and you all take care of yourself. Over and out.